Did you guys not know that there was slavery also in Jamaica, Panama, Cuba, Venezuela, Haiti, Nicaragua, Belize, Guatemala, and that we were all on the same slave ship, but some of us got dropped off at different ports?
The Black American community has always been the target or the subject of oppression. That people have always had things to say about us. Everybody wants to come in and take from our culture. They want to look like us, dress like us, talk like us, dance like us, eat like us. They want to do all those things, but they don't want to be us. They don't want to be associated with us. They don't want to be, they don't want to surround their children and their daughters and their sons and everything. They talk about us behind closed doors real bad. I know firsthand, having a Cuban mother, and some of that side of the family, some of them are real great, decent people, some of them aren't. But I know what these groups say about us, from the Africans to a lot of our brothers in the Caribbean, especially the Latino class, right? Now the Latino class is getting their wake-up call. They're calling on Black Americans to come help and join in their struggle and come save them. They're all online saying a lot of nice things towards us, right? They even talking about the Black and Brown Coalition when the Black American community was always mentioned in the Black and Brown Coalition. Whenever they get together, they talk about politics that's strictly for them, as they should, right? They don't talk about politics that will benefit Black people, because a lot of them don't like Black people, especially the old school ones. But now with Trump coming into office and the deportations are at an all-time high, they're now calling on us and speaking solidarity. They're telling Latinos not to say the N-word. They're actually exposing their anti-Black racism. They're all online all over the place doing this. They're talking like this.
Latinos in the United States have not earned the support of Black people for us to be demanding, oh yeah, why aren't they coming out to protest with us? Why aren't they engaging in activism with us? Because we haven't earned it at all, in the slightest. Or did you guys forget that 46% of all eligible Latino voters voted for Donald Trump in the 2024 presidential election? Or how about the fact that racism, anti-blackness, colorism, all of these things are still very much pervasive in our communities? Bro, Latinos haven't even reconciled with the fact that they can't use the N-word unless they're also Black themselves, because Afro-Latinos exist. Oh, and if we're talking about Miami, oof, you'll see the whitest MAGA Latinos be like, bro, but I grew up in the hood. I grew up around Black people. In Overtown or in Liberty City, I could say it, bro. No one's going to stop me from saying it. It's my right. I'm not racist. I have a Black friend. We haven't even gotten over that. And we want Black people to go to protest with us, to engage in activism with us, putting their lives, their freedom, their bodies on the line? No. I completely understand any Black person that wants to just disengage, disregard us. I get it, guys. I really, really do. And we, as Latinos, as a collective, should not be harboring resentment against Black people, criticizing them, getting angry at them, questioning them. No. No. Because we've earned this. They are completely justified in feeling the way they feel and doing what they're doing. Now, I would like to give a message to the Black folks watching this video. You are completely justified in your feelings and in doing what you're doing, and I respect it. But please remember that Black folks are also being affected by this persecution of undocumented migrants. And I feel like that's not talked about enough either. Here, Miami, Florida is the best example. Haitians, Jamaicans, Bahamians, Afro-Cubans, Afro-Hondurans, Garifunas, Black people from all over Latin America and all over the world, Africans, just so many Black people that are also undocumented that are really being affected by the persecution of this administration. And of course, much like any other entity in space, Black folks in immigration detention centers, in the immigration system, are treated worse than their white, Latino, Asian counterparts. So it's really important to acknowledge that and just let you guys know. But yeah, Latinos, we need to tighten up. If you guys want the support of the Black community, then earn it. Demonstrate that we can solve these issues of racism in our own communities, and please stop saying the N-word. If you're not Black, don't say the N-word. It's really simple, actually.
Now, that woman that was speaking in the beginning of my video, I think that she was Dominican. And she was talking about the slave ships and how they all got dropped off in different locations in different places. But for some reason, the Dominicans, their mind has been warped. Because you're saying that now, but prior to these deportations, y'all wasn't saying that. Black Americans are lazy. Oh, y'all get on us about wanting to be Black. I know Black, I know African. That's how y'all talk. Now all of a sudden, We all part of the same family that was dropped off in different places? That's what y'all saying now? Listen, even in the 60s when we had so-called black and brown unity with the brown berets and all those different groups, it wasn't black and brown unity. It was black people showing love and solidarity to Latino group because we always considered you as our brothers or our own, especially when you're dealing with the Hebrew Israelites and different groups. We always looked at you guys and loved you guys as our own, but it wasn't reciprocal. Y'all didn't love us back on a whole lot of levels. Now, when you guys, when y'all heard us giving our stories, even though you went through oppression in your countries and different things, and you're discriminated against a lot of white folks, you still yearn to be accepted by them. You still yearn to be up under them. You heard our cries over the years and the things that we said, and you said that we was just complaining. We was just being victims. You had all kinds of names for us. But now there's a Latino online making this crazy apology towards the black community, saying that he now understands what we've been going through. He's saying this.
Now I can empathize and sympathize with the black community. I've never been able to do that before because I would hear them say things like, oh, you know, we walk down the street and we get profiled and, you know, cops will just suddenly stop and frisk or whatever just because of the color of their skin. And I always thought like, you know, it's a little bit of a stretch. It feels like a little bit of a stretch. That person must be doing something, right? And obviously I've never experienced that before. I've never felt that way before and stuff. And so I always thought like, ignorantly, by the way, on my part, thinking like, you know, I think you guys are, because I'm brown, you know, I've never felt that and stuff like that, you know, I'm also a minority. But now, with us, it wasn't the cops. Cops aren't just randomly like, go and checking in the past. But now it's our turn, right? Now we feel it. Now we feel like, crap, can I just go down the street? Do I need my paper? You know, it's like, why are you stopping me? I'm a U.S. citizen. We're not doing anything wrong. And now we're being persecuted. And so now I'm thinking like, crap, this is what the black community meant, you know? And I kind of feel bad. Well, I don't kind of feel, I feel bad because I never really could understand where they were coming from or where you guys were coming from. But I can assure you that now that it's here with us too, it's like, crap. I honestly, legitimately didn't think it was real. But it's real as hell. And it's obviously minority groups that are targeted and persecuted pretty much. And it's right now with us is because we're brown. You guys have had your turn when, you know, cops were just in bigger cities, urban areas, stopping disproportionately, you know, the black community and stuff. And I just want to say, like, I guess now I understand. I think moving forward, there's going to be a little bit more unity because we now can see where you guys are coming from. Well, at least I can, you know. And so, yeah, guys, I just want to say sorry for being ignorant before, but I hope this unites all communities, not just minorities, and call out things for what they are.
Now, the crazy thing is this guy is admitting to everything that we was complaining about, everything that we was holding them accountable to, right? He's online saying that he didn't care about our plight. He didn't think that, you know, he thought that we was just being victims and just crying out and not these people, man. Listen, and I've been trying to warn you guys for years. They are not our allies. They are not our friends. Everything that we fight for, vote for, they're diametrically opposed to because their lifestyle was always predicated on our dysfunction. So they wasn't going to support us. Now he's saying he understands our plight and understand the racism and bigotry and all the things that we was going through because he's going through it now, right? He has humanity now, right? He has empathy now because they're getting kicked in the behind, right? So everything that we said was true because I done posted so many videos of them coming out, speak now, exposing their own community for anti-black racism. It's not us just talking out our behinds. What we saying is our experience. We know how you guys talk and think about us, right? But there was a young lady in Chicago. She was also talking about the Mexicans in Chicago and how they treat their black friends and black people. Check this out.
In Chicago in 2025, you still can't go into these Hispanic neighborhoods, especially Mexican neighborhoods. And if they invite you to a gathering that they having, 9 times out of 10, they gotta let their family know ahead of time that you black before you get there. Cause they know some of family racist. They gotta tell them that you ain't gang banging. They gotta tell them that you good. You one of the good. You see what I'm saying? They do that shit now, but they are moving to our neighborhoods. They'll go buy a house and move into our neighborhood, walk they mother dogs, have they parties. Don't nobody with them. We leave them alone. But they not gonna stand up and say shit. They bring their tamale stands into black neighborhoods. They bring their corn stands into black neighborhoods. Black people patronize their businesses, eat their food, use their laundromats. They not coming in our neighborhood and putting no money into our neighborhood. They not with us.
So she's just saying what we all of us have been saying, right? But then we get online and there's people online. Miss Smell the Roses says, sir, we don't believe you, right? So people coming out. Somebody else said, good luck, Pedro. Safe journey back home. May the odds ever be in your favor, right? Then somebody else said, it sounds like he is only capable of human decency and empathy now that it's happening to him, which isn't true empathy. So they're being exposed and called. They've been exposed and called out. Dude, it's never not our turn. This was so insulting, right? But they're so disconnected. They insult you even when they don't realize they're insulting you, man. He's a day late and a dollar short with this newfound sympathy, right? He said, it's your turn. It's still happening to us, and not just in inner cities. Everybody wants to unite when they need our help, but never wants to unite to help us, right? So this is black people lashing out, and black people are upset, but they wasn't finished really trying to kiss up to us now, kiss our behinds, and then try to do certain things to cater to our emotions to get us to support them. Check this out.
I now feel for the black community because I know what it feels like to be racially profiled. I didn't know it before, and I thought it was a little bit of a reach, but now I totally get it. That's what a man came out on here and said, and this is why we should believe victims. This is why we should believe people's stories. This is why we should have empathy, and this is why we should be able to put ourselves in other people's shoes. Because you thought it was a reach. That's what he said. He thought it was a reach when the black community said that they were being racially profiled and they were getting stopped for no reason, and it probably wasn't that serious. But now that Latinos are getting racially profiled, now he gets it. This is why empathy is so important, because you never know when the tables turn. And no, it shouldn't be transactional. It really shouldn't. You should believe people because you should think. You should be able to think outside yourself and be like, if that was me, I would hate that. I don't have to be black to realize that freaking sucks. That what they go through, what they've experienced, sounds painful. That I can't even imagine the years of frustration and honestly, just freaking frustration and anger that they must feel. But guess what? Now Latinos get it. Now. And that is why we are in the situation that we are, because people don't feel for others until it happens to them.
I just want you guys to know and understand that anti-black racism is very dangerous. It's very dangerous. And what is our communities going to look like by 2035? I keep asking that question. I done made a bunch of videos on this. Nobody black still has answered the question that I'm asking in the comment section. What is the black community going to look like by 2035 if we keep allowing this to go in the manner in which it go? They only have empathy now because they're getting kicked in the ass. So what about when this stops and Trump gets out of office and the Democrats get back in to open the floodgates up? They still going to have the same empathy? No, they're going to go right back to being who they really are, because they showed you who they are, right? They showed when everything was good, they showed you who they are. They only coming to you now. See, they only coming to you now because they know the struggles that we had in this country and how we fought to get certain rights that we got in this country. They know our story. So, and that's why that former porn star, was it Angelina Castro, said the only people that's going to save us is black Americans, because she know our story here. They know our story. They don't respect our story because they jealous of us because we're Americans. They caught up in the illusion of inclusion. They think because they come from them poor countries and they see us with a house and a car that we're rich, and we just complaining because look at what I got. Look at what the government do to us. They don't understand that what's happened to us here. You left your country and got a fresh start. We never got to leave the place that oppressed us to get a fresh anything. right? So of course you have a jaded mindset about what America is, but now they're kicking you in the behind. Now all of a sudden you want to listen to us, right? When we opened up our doors, we allowed you to be a part of our culture. You turn around and said we don't even have a culture. Now all of a sudden we all came on the same ships. Like, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. But y'all didn't want to be associated with us like that. Y'all wasn't rocking with us like that. Y'all talking Spanish, say your little stuff about us, and seek the W man and W woman's acceptance. You run over there to them. Now they turn their back on you, and now all of a sudden, me black again, me black. Now all of a sudden you identify your black DNA and all this kind of stuff. You want to be a part of us, and you're exposing your own community for their anti-black racism. Come on, man, we not falling for the okie doke, man. We fell for certain things. We were sympathetic towards y'all plight. We loved y'all. We loved on y'all. We allowed y'all to come into our communities, even become leaders amongst our group. We even allowed y'all to come in and become leaders amongst our group. And look how y'all treated us. Look how y'all talk about us. Look how y'all disrespect us. So now when we decide to separate and delineate, now all of a sudden we being troublemakers. Well, if you Haitian or you Jamaican, you can have your Haitian flag, your Jamaican flag. You can have Jamaican pride, as you should. I love Jamaicans. I love Haitians. Haitians are some of my favorite people, right? But why can't we have foundational black American pride? Why can't we have pride in our culture? Why can't we have pride in our struggle and our fight without it being pushed back? Because now y'all can no longer extract from it, while at the same time holding your flag, separating yourself from us. That's the only reason why y'all don't like it. Because we already done told you guys thousands of times, we don't hate you guys. Everybody from the Caribbean ain't a tether. Everybody from the Latino countries ain't a tether. As long as you ain't getting in our way or disrespecting us, we rock with you. We told you guys. But that's going on deaf ears because you can no longer extract from the culture without putting nothing back in. That's the thing you got the problem with. You know we not calling all y'all tethers. We know we don't. Y'all know we don't dislike all y'all. We love the majority of y'all. The problem is y'all didn't love us back. So we're going to cut this video short here. If you made it this far in the video, hit that like button, subscribe to Street Media TV, leave the comments in the comment section. Remember, I love y'all. Till the next time, peace.